cleats. It's on earth, but it's where I be.
Money over on my install. Here lies young, getting paid, but never take a loss on my install. Only take a when I'm dead. I be gang 3 times on my install. Been from the cradle to the grave. Now your favorite rapper name on the install. Too late, you already there. Imagine when you're 30,000 feet up, what you think of? Oh, I hated knowing that my thoughts would turn to dream. Cause I never knew I'd get my chance to link up. Oh, I tell you all of this unusual to me. Swear I came from the bottom, flappers living, walking dead on. Put your favorite rapper's name up on the headstone. Big for the cheese and you're dead wrong. Propaganda set the standards in the tear down.
Throw it back, yeah, I'm born to. It's dark, it's hot, so leave me where I'm at. I'm living how I want now. No reason to doubt, it's clear to see. All eyes on me, 400 degrees. Who am I? Ruthless, easy, does it. In public, hate it or love it. The underdogs with liquor swabs. It was written in my diary to start a war. I'm feeling infamous, immortal with my technique. A revolutionary shining with diamond teeth. Young Don Cartagena, excuse my demeanor. Just the glamour life, you still not a player. You ain't half as nice. I'm born again, life after death. I made the sacrifice and super duper fly. Juicy, keep them hypnotized. I said my name is Juice, America's most. Ain't no half step, and see you at the crossroads.
Money over on my install. Here lies young, getting paid, but never take a loss on my install. Only take a when I'm dead. I be gang 3 times on my install. Been from the cradle to the grave. Now your favorite rapper name on the install. Too late, you already there. It was written in the children's story. Your life's a so what you want. Every day I struggle with it. Only God could jump me slipping. I'm infinitely big through the genesis. Dead presidents, drop a gem on them. On earth, these the last days. Throw your get money, quiet storm. Have it thoughts. For the cream, renegade. For the money, only green is the I'm a player on the late night tips. So see the prototype. Fingertips, reservoir dog. Check the skull, ignorant. Can I live? Still film it, kiss the death, and protect your neck. 3 boys in the Cadillac, grave digger, kiss the death, and protect your neck. Shame on the 3 boys in the Cadillac, grave digger. Money over on my install. Here lies young, getting paid, but never take a loss on my install. Only take a when I'm dead. I be gang 3 times on my install. Been from the cradle to the grave. Now your favorite rapper name on the install. Too late, you already there. Right now I'm on the edge, so don't push me. Troublesome to 9 to 6. You a shook one, breathe easy, know the ledge. I'm your, what's that? I smell. Let me count my 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, run. Hi, my name is Dirk Cobain. Like a here I go to the next episode. Ain't no damn this explosive Beast Coast. Yeah. The mother ride or die for money, strictly for money. Survival of the fittest. That's the sign of the police. I'm indeed cover earth, skirt, lean back. Give me one more chance. They say Jesus walks and the devil wear Prada, but I'm so deaf. God can't tell me nothing. Right this on my death certificate. I gave you power. 21 questions like who? The warning. Watch them flashing like paparazzi. 2 words. Get money. Tonight's the night. Guess who's back on my block? Rather unique. Bucktown. This. On that quiet storm, T-O-N-Y, top of New York, with a pitchfork.
Hey. Okay. Pocket through big day sumo. Pulling card like Uno. Flip like judo. You back to kudo. You and her no chance, you go. Pocket too big, they sumo. 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 Pull card like Uno. Flip like judo. You back to kudo. You and her no chance, you go. Pocket too big, they sumo. 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 If it ain't me, you. Curry get the flame calling, Prince Zuko. Swimming through the money like a flounder. Hold up. I just want the knowledge and the power. Hold up. Why the looking at me sour? eat it like cheddar. Rada. Never gave a fuck about $1. More money, me, more problems. Pray for me to fall like autumn. Cause I got it on my own with no help, man. Gotta get it, that's it, in myself, man. They need a new hope, deliver new, giving out like Shaq at the free throw. Anybody wanna be E.T.? Man, y'all can't see me. Out of my league, you pee-wee. Pocket to beat Rockies.
Coach, we find ourselves at the foot of the Rockies, Denver, Colorado, for this edition of the NFL on EA Sports. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Tennessee Titans and the Denver Broncos. The holiday season is upon us. We've got the gift of the NFL as we're underway here in Week 16. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he'll get this only back to the 20. And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. And he's able to get this one up to his 30 before he's out of bounds. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1. Now, you often say that sort of opens the playbook now, 2nd and short. What do you think, early shot here?
I like where you're going. Obviously, we've been together for a while because you know me. I want to take that shot early and loosen things up.
And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. That one's good for 35 yards on the ground and a 1st down.
I know that play went to the left side, and that's what it was designed to do, an outside handoff there. But how about the whole offensive line being involved? Seal the left side where the play was going, where they call play side. But how about on the back side? Just taking care of business to make sure no one can get there and disrupt it.
Is the biggest key the left tackle?
Without a doubt. Control that edge. Get out there. You want that left tackle. If you bring your tight end over there, either way, control the edge of the line of scrimmage, you got a chance to rumble.
That time, the right guard sending him backwards.
And so many different types of guys rotate in on the defensive line now, depending on situations. You can get the bulky guy, the fast guy. No matter what, though, you can't hold them.
So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20. Mariota to throw it. Eluding the pressure right. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down.
2 sacks last week, another one right here. He's been unblockable lately, and I think that goes all the way back to not just his offseason, but the film study he's been doing during the week, because I think he's found matchups that he likes, and he's capitalizing.
And a few times he's even defeated double teams. He doesn't care at this point. So now 20 yards to go on 2nd down after the sack. Work to be done. Now a 1st carry for Derrick Henry. And a pretty big hole as he's down to about the 40. Call it a 6-yard gain. Still plenty of work to do coming up. 3rd and 14.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Let's go. Three.
3rd and long here for Mariota. Looking deep downfield. Oh, it's a touchdown if he holds on. Instead, it's 4th down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
And this kick is not going to be close. It's well short, well right to boot. And this will remain a scoreless game. That opening drive looked good for a moment there, but they'll wind up being turned away thanks to the missed field goal.
And those especially hurt when you come into a game on the road. You're trying to get things to go your way early, and now you suffer a setback right out of the gate.
Well, now they'll start 3 yards shy of midfield after that long 57-yard miss. They'll look to throw on first down with Josh Rosen. And he'll find Sutton on the right side, complete. And all the way home for a Broncos score. Cortland Sutton with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Broncos have taken the early lead. As a former DB, you might not like to see that, but from a wide receiver's perspective, those are the plays they dream of.
Correct on both counts, all right? Because once he took off, I mean, let's face it, that should have been done in Big Sky Country. Aren't any speed limits out there? And off he went. Glad I wasn't the one trying to chase him.
Now McManus on to kick this one off. That'll be taken in the end zone. He'll bring it back to just about the 25. Call it the 24-yard line. And here comes Tennessee as they get set to take the field. You know, Charles, season winding down. Time to maybe look ahead to the offseason. What do you see these guys going after either in the draft or free agency?
Well, with the season that they're having, just about every position is up for grabs right now. No one is really safe, but the focal point's always the quarterback position. And he may be auditioning to try and stay with his own current team. I think he's auditioning for the rest of the league to try and find a spot because I think this team is looking for a new quarterback.
Now a play fake here on first down. Fighting down past the 45. They'll tussle for it, and this is going to be caught. That one goes for 24 yards. So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield. And they'll go ground game here with a tailback. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or two shy of the 40. That's a first down pickup for Tennessee on a gain of 10. Now, look, that wasn't a huge gain, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball?
Absolutely.
You know, hey, he should have touched it more last week. They weren't going to make that same mistake, and they've taken care of that early.
Mariota now to throw on first down. And this one caught by Delaney Walker. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. 11 more yards that go around, a first down as well. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. They go play action here on first down. And he's going to go down. They get to him back at the 40.
Now, we talk about players blitzing all the time. I often laugh and sometimes call it just straight-ahead pursuit. What a running start right back to the backfield for him.
Yeah, it really didn't give anybody a chance to get up there and stop him.
No, I mean, that's really, really difficult. You're asking a whole lot anyway, but when he gets that kind of a start and comes through clean, oftentimes the advantage definitely goes to the defensive player.
And they'll go with a ground attack here. And nothing doing here as this time the run maybe gets them back to the line of scrimmage, but that's it. Sua Craven's up to make the stop. Nice job there defensively to clamp down because really they've been on their heels this drive.
Agreed, and they really needed that one for confidence, just to feel a little bit better. But I don't know if I would be daunted by them stopping me on one run. This drive has gone pretty well. I could come right back at them.
Now Mariota. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. And he's going to miss this one. Wide to the left from distance. It's no good, and this score will stay right where it is. So 2 missed field goals for him now, and that's helped keep them with a big 0 on the scoreboard.
Well, it's not the only reason they have a 0. The offense has been bogged down a few times now, but it's certainly not helping the cause any at all.
Good starting position for the Broncos here as they come up 1st and 10. Rosen now off the bootleg, steps away, and he rifles one incomplete. Jordan Matthews, the one he was looking for. That'll bring up 2nd down. Before the game, they were running the route tree about as efficiently and effectively as we could have possibly imagined, but sometimes the passes just go awry.
Yeah, let's face it, when you're running the route tree in pregame, you don't have defenders breathing down your neck. You don't have defensive backs making plays on the football. Hard to replicate the intensity of the game in pregame.
He's got his man on the crossing route. A very nice pickup of 33 yards.
There will always be a place for methodically marching the ball downfield. But when you can pick it up in big chunks and strike like that, have explosive plays, that's often the difference in winning and losing. Those types of plays that can knock a defense off balance, that'll drive a team towards a victory.
So a jump there defensively.
And it's a killer. Watch the football. Don't move across the line of scrimmage until the ball moves.
So a 1st and 5 now after the 5-yard penalty from the neutral zone infraction.
Back 99 Philly, here we go.
Out of the gun, here's Josh Rosen. And it's caught. Broncos on the move here a bit. Nice plays in succession back-to-back. So in the 2nd quarter, he's already up over 100 yards receiving now.
And isn't 100 the magic number for a really good game for a receiver? So he got a chance to really shatter that and have a profound effect on this game.
Throwing again, it's Rosen. And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be 2nd down.
Well, he'd been targeted quite a bit on this drive, and finally I think the guys on the defensive side, they said no more. They slapped the double coverage on him, made it very tough for him to get the ball.
Another shot from the 1 on 2nd and goal. They want to go to the air again with Rosen. Under pressure now, and he's going to go down. Sacked back around the 8. Daquan Jones. Busting through to get him for a loss of 6. An extra defensive back on the field here for 3rd and goal.
Everyone's got 4 down. Gun, 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 gun.
Now it's Rosen. He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. And he is into the end zone for a Denver touchdown. A great effort there. His 6th touchdown of the season. And the Broncos will extend their lead. Extra point from McManus is good. And it's now 14-0. Now McManus on to kick this one off. And you combine a big leg with a mile-high air, there's the outcome. This will sail out of the end zone for a touchback. The Titans offense now, they get set to head back out here. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. Well, the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. Mariota now on 2nd down. Sliding out of the pocket. He's going to let this go deep. Back over the middle. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down. Seems like this defense, especially the secondary, has really been contesting about every throw in this first half.
Remind me of a good half-court defensive basketball team. Every time a pass is thrown, they're right there in good defensive position, able to affect the play.
Now Mariota. Escaping the pressure, and he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Von Miller in there to get him, and that's sack number 12 for him on the year.
I'm starting to feel for that quarterback back there. I mean, you know me. Normally, don't have a lot of empathy for the QB, right? In this case, definitely. He's been on constant duress this entire game. I don't know how he's surviving back there.
And to think, there's still a long way to go in this football game. So the Broncos coming out now. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Oh, a nifty juke there.
Not much fun for a guy trying to tackle him.
It's a foot race. And all the way home for a Broncos score. A big play there with his 2nd touchdown of the game, number 7 on the year. And the Broncos will add on to their lead. And on that long run, maybe the defense caught napping a little bit.
The concentration level may not have been there. I agree with you on that one, because those types of plays, when they result like that, they're almost like big bolts of lightning, aren't they? Whoosh, and off he goes.
McManus's point after is good, and that makes the score 21-0. Now McManus on to kick this one off. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Now the Titans getting set to go. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here, or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either. They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Now a second down throw for Mariota. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield, complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across. Field.
Outside coming. Woo! I know you feel that.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. And they'll run it here. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down. Moving backwards on 1st down, never a good thing. What does that do for the mindset on 2nd down?
Well, it changes your play call, definitely, because as a play call, you're advancing yourself thinking, okay, we're going to get a gain here. Now you've got to go back in reverse, come up with something to pick up not just the yardage lost, but gain a few extra.
On play action, Mariota. He sets to fire deep. And it's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Tennessee. Michael Gallup, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Titans are able to cut into that deficit. Down 3 scores already. This game was really in danger of getting away from them. They needed a drive like that, especially on the road.
Not only to calm themselves, but maybe tamp down the crowd a little bit because everything was against them. As you noted, this game could have gotten away from them very easily, but instead, the calming drive, now they have a little bit more confidence. Okay, we're back in it. All right, we're ready to go. That was impressive.
And the defense now needs to reciprocate. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And coming out now, the Broncos. And coming off a one-play drive that was so deflating for the defense, what's their mentality? How do they rally here and stop this offense?
Well, hopefully there's some determination that sets in because they weren't ready to go on the last one. Give all the credit to the offensive guys for getting it done, but to allow a run of that length, that's just not being prepared. So now, are they determined? Are they ready to read their keys and make the proper plays?
And we'll see how determined they are. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Throwing now, Rosen on 1st down. His throw incomplete. He was looking for Brashad Perriman, and it's 2nd down. Well, not to get too overcritical there because he knows what he's doing, but his shoulders looked a little off kilter there when he threw that.
I don't think you're being overly critical there. You're just analyzing it, and he gets those shoulders right, that pass will go from incomplete to complete.
Second and 10 from the 33-yard line.
Gun! Detroit!
On 2nd down, Freeman. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. Solid gain of 18 yards and a Denver 1st down.
A good run there off right tackle in an old-school NFL football. The right side of the offensive line, often known as the nasty side. The left side, usually the technical side. Kind of reminds me of the old Atlanta Falcons 2009-2010. That's how they constructed their offensive line.
They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. They go play action. It's Rosen out to his left. That's caught left side by Jake Butt. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or two shy of the 30. So 1:56 to play in this first half. Back to Denver right after this. And they'll go on the ground. And he's going to get this one down to the 30. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. The Titans going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
On 2nd down, Rosen. Sutton drilling it in on the left side. And, he's going to be brought down by the face mask. Here come the flags. This is going to get him a first down. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
Detroit!
From the red zone now, here's Rosen on first down. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down.
Anytime a defense can sit back in a zone like that, it tends to create a lot of congestion in the middle of the field. Makes it very hard to slot one in.
Looked like I-4 at rush hour in your hometown of Orlando, Florida. An absolute mess. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. And now whistles and a flag, and I think we got a jump here. So step off the 5 yards.
Yeah, partner, you know, defensive end, he wants to get into the offensive backfield. He wants that get off to be as fast as possible. A little too quick on that one.
So the penalty certainly helps them out as they come up on 2nd and 5. And now it's Rosen looking. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked up by the USC man, Adoree Jackson. He was looking for Matthews that time.
Brandon, this is why golfers do their best to never count a score in their head before the ball goes in the cup. This looked like a slam dunk for points on this drive, didn't it? Instead, they'll throw an interception, and they're going to come away empty.
Following the interception here, Mariota. Incomplete, but a penalty flag is down in the backfield. Let's get the call. Well, they've already allowed 3 sacks in this first half, now a holding penalty.
So I think drastic measures had to be taken, right? The regular way was not working. He was getting hit almost every snap, it felt like. They had to try and keep him upright.
They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty. From the gun, Mariota. Adam Gotsis. Now the Broncos are going to take a timeout as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. Out of his end zone, Mariota. He's going to float this one deep right side. So the long attempt falls innocently to the ground, and it brings up 3rd.
But one thing that I've liked defensively is that they've shown him a lot of different looks here in the first half. They've come after him. They've sat back. I think that's what you need to do to keep an offense guessing.
And they certainly have kept them on their toes. That's why they haven't had much success on the scoreboard. The Titans on 3rd down, 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This will be 3rd and forever. Back to throw now in his own end zone. Going down the middle, and it's complete. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. Well, your QB's been sacked 4 times in the game already. And they're the holding call.
And you know darn well the offensive line coach is frustrated and upset that he's been hit that many times already. He doesn't really care that they hold now. Just don't let him get hit anymore.
Now the free kick comes after the safety from the 20 as they bring the punter on to try and get some hang time here. And Denver getting set to take the field. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part two, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know what, a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
And a good swarm to the football defensively as they get him down at about the 40.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
I know it's an emotional game, Charles. You can't do that.
And when you get into your film sessions and you argue your case with your coaches, that's exactly what they say at the end. You just can't do it. It costs your team.
On first down, it's Rosen. And Matthews over the middle of the ground. Heck of a broken tackle and able to work this down near the 23. Now the Broncos going to use the second of their timeouts as it'll come with 36 ticks to go in half number one. Now flags will come in. I think this one's going to be on the defense for jumping. So 5 yards there as one of the big guys up front moved.
And in a 4-3 front, you've got the two defensive tackles right near the football. I know there's a lot of movement around there, but they're always taught to have one eye on the football. Apparently, that didn't happen.
The penalty moves them into the red zone here on 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And they go the wrong way here. Knocked back to the 20. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down. Well, that play was doomed right from the start.
They just about ran into every defender on that one, didn't he? It felt like everyone got a piece of that tackle.
Now, meanwhile, here's a second down throw that's knocked away and incomplete.
All defenders get tired of hearing about their lack of hands and why they're playing defense instead of offense. But in this situation, it was the hands that made the play. Batting the ball away on an attempted touchdown pass, excellent job. Way to knock it down.
On third down, Rosen. That'll be incomplete as the clock will stop with 14 seconds remaining. So on fourth down, on comes Brandon McManus and the field goal unit for the Broncos. Right hash, 37-yard attempt. And McManus able to put it through, and that will extend their lead even further. So a good kick there to polish off the drive with 3 points.
Yeah, coaches always talk about finishing a drive with a kick. 2 of them give you points, either an extra point or, in this case, a field goal.
Short kick. One of the up middle take it down. And solid field position here to start as they get it out to the 40-yard line. The Titans offense now, they work their way back onto the field. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
They'll start on the ground. It's Derrick Henry. And he's going to be taken down with a marker on the field. So let's see about the call. So he was holding from that left tackle position.
Everyone tries to keep their hands inside when they're blocking ever since they liberalized the rules where you can extend them out. But sometimes they get out a little wide and they get detected grabbing some cloth.
After the penalty, it's Henry. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. So we're at halftime here in Denver with the Broncos leading this one. As now we send you out to Orlando and hook back up with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Broncos with a lead, and they will be receiving this kickoff here as quarter 3 is underway. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. Here comes the Broncos offensive unit here as they'll have it first to begin this third quarter. They built a good first-half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. He'll buy some time right. On the run, he'll let it go deep. And got his man complete. They give him a gain of 38.
In our pregame meeting, all they talked about was keeping him hemmed in and wanting him to make his throws from the pocket because they knew he was pretty dangerous if he got outside, and he just showed it right there. Pretty good arm, too.
So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. This is Freeman on 1st and 10. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. And he got off the end there very quickly to make that play.
Yeah, it was almost like the bullet train, wasn't it? I mean, just zoom. Quick, quick, quick. And what a terrific play, holding them to no gain.
Detroit!
Now Rosen to throw on 2nd down. Caught by Nelson left side. And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. 17 yards for the Broncos there as they've got themselves a 1st down. This quarterback now 8 of 15 through the air, but it's 1st and 10 here.
Everyone's got 4 down. Watch him now, Barney! Hot! Back 99 Philly, here we go! Detroit! Hot!
Now contact up front as penalty markers come in. Who is this against? And he got a little aggressive too early.
And he did, wanting that quick takeoff as the ball was snapped, but I think sometimes those big guys on offense, they're pretty cagey too, right? They make those little sudden moves or those little subtle moves that get you to jump.
So a 1st and 5 now after the 5-yard penalty from the neutral zone infraction. Now a handoff to the fullback Janovich. He will push his way down to about the 14. Call it a gain of a couple there as it'll leave him with a 2nd and just 3.
Not a lot of headway on that carry, but when you're dealing with a defensive line that can cover up your center, sometimes you got to think about getting out of that play. Not going to be a lot of space when that happens.
Now let's go!
Now they'll run it on the toss, and he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. 4 yards on the play, and that leads to the 1st and goal.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. And now whistles and a flag, and I think we got a jump here. A free 5 yards as the defense jumps.
I know it's an anticipation game for them, but it's also a reaction game, and they reacted poorly on that one.
Now a chance to make that encroachment penalty really hurt. 1st and 5. They'll come out in the pistol. They'll give it to him right up the gut. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Denver. A great play there. A 5-yard touchdown run. And the Broncos will extend their lead. So he's in for his 3rd score of the game. And defense probably saying, man, we don't want to see this guy for a long time.
It's bad enough when anyone scores a touchdown against you. But for one person to get 3, it almost sets him apart from the rest of the game. And no one likes to see any of those players on a pedestal, not from the defensive point of view.
Now McManus on to kick this one off. That's fielded in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20. Out come the Titans now. They'll have it first on offense to start the 3rd. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
Again, it's Henry. Trying to bounce it outside, but he's only able to get it back to the line of scrimmage. It's the linebacker, Brandon Marshall, there on the tackle.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker, and what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
Off the play fake, Mariota rolling to his right. Ball had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going.
And we're into the second half now, and this is an offense that continues to struggle to sustain a drive.
Looks like they're just totally out of sync, whether they're running the ball, passing the ball like we saw there. I don't know, the rhythm seems off. So they're going to come to the line here, and it appears trying to go for it on 4th. They're indeed going. It's Mariota. And this is incomplete. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out. And the Broncos are going to get the football back in great field position. Here's the Denver offense now as they get set to take over here. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards.
Hey. 4 down.
They'll run it now out of the gun. Oh, able to avoid him. Yeah, he'll do a nice job here just to fight his way back to the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain there, and now they're looking at a 3rd and 13. The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long.
Detroit! Gun!
3rd and long here for Rosen. Flushed out right. And he'll lay out and pull it in. What a diving catch there. They'll get 10 there, but it leaves them just short for 4th down.
Well, that's just simply not right. To make that kind of a catch, that spectacular, and not get a first down out of it.
I guess he could put it on his personal highlight reel, however.
Yeah, he'll get the catch, he'll get the yardage, but he doesn't get what he really wants.
And this is off the left upright, and it caroms in. Not the most convincing kick you'll see, but he got it to go. And that will push the lead up from 26, and it grows up to 29. After splitting the uprights, McManus to kick it away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have stayed where he was, as he'll only get back to the 16-yard line. Out come the Titans now. And on that last drive, went for it on fourth, turned it over. But good job by their defense, though. They held them to 3, but this offense, they've got to be a little bit better, a little bit more careful here.
And sometimes when you see these calls on fourth down, when they decide to go for it, it's not necessarily the coach saying, I believe in my offense. Sometimes the coach saying, I believe in my defense. I can afford to go for it here, because if we don't get it, I don't think we'll give up more than 3. And that's exactly what happened there.
You think that factored in?
I do. I think that he had that in his mind going into the game, that I'm going to be aggressive on offense because I know I've got a defense that can hold up their end.
Welcome back now to Denver. A lot of happy faces in the crowd at this point as their guys have a big lead here to start quarter number 4. Second down, Mariota. Flush to his right. And he'll be corralled right around the 34. Mariota had an 87-yard run as a rookie. This one a bit less, but it is a first down. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. And on the ground they go with a running back. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And that'll make this a 2nd and 13.
Keep it rolling, keep it rolling.
They'll try to throw now. Mariota. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden the secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
The Titans on 3rd down. Not good. 0 for 4 thus far. This is going to be 3rd and 13. Working out of the gun. Mariota. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Jennings. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. First target, first catch, and a first down. So a 1st and 10 now in Denver territory at the 49-yard line. And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. Touchdown, Titans. A great effort there. His 4th touchdown on the year. And the Titans are able to close the gap just a bit.
When you know you've got a home run hitter on your side of the ball, and you know that he can score from anywhere on the field, it usually inspires the rest of the guys to do their jobs even better. That resulted in a lot of great blocks downfield because they knew if they gave him space, he could do exactly what he did, put the ball in the end zone.
Extra point up and good by Suckup, and that will get him one closer. Now here's Suckup out to kick it away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line. Now this Broncos offensive unit ready to head back out onto the field. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense. Run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try to increase your lead in a big way. And the best way to do it, touchdowns.
A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick first down. Running game working. They'll stick with it on first down. And he's up over midfield and down into Tennessee territory. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be second down.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old-school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run, got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
Saw it through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now. They'll run it now, out of the gun. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. The big man, Jarrell Casey, in on the stop.
That was an example of excellent defense there. They stuffed him. So now he brings up a third down situation. If I'm calling plays here, I make sure I put it in the hands of my quarterback and get it to a receiver real fast. I'm not running the ball here.
Rosen to throw on third down. And he can't quite intercept it. Zone coverage, free safety was there. Couldn't come up with it, and now it's fourth down.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? Zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on third down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. Third down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
And here comes Tennessee as they get set to take the field. Last time they were out here, they had the benefit of good field position, led to a touchdown. This time, they're going to have to work for it.
They are, but with that last drive that culminated in a touchdown, I think they carry that confidence into this one. Doesn't matter where you start with the football now, they have to feel great about their opportunity.
And the first play of the drive there is incomplete.
Okay, I'm not quite sure how to judge that one. Maybe didn't have enough legs underneath him. Mechanics might have been off. Maybe some fatigue. That one came up short.
Yeah, fourth quarter. Maybe you do start to watch as the arm there, the leg's still there. This has been a tough game. And they'll go ground game here with a tailback. And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line. That's a first down pickup for Tennessee on a gain of 10. So first and 10 now from the 30. Time for a break. We'll come back and wrap up garbage time after this. On first and 10, here's Mariota, eluding the pressure right. He's got a man. That's caught left sideline. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. So even with the pass interference, it's a completed pass. They'll go ahead and just take the play instead.
How about the effort? Making the catch despite the pass interference. Nothing else to be gained on the play. No need to take the penalty. The play stands.
Mariota now to throw on first down. Escaping the pressure right. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Von Miller in there to drop him, and his great season continues. 13 sacks for him now on the year. Mariota now on second down. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. Well, there have been a ton of sacks. They were just trying to prevent another.
So what you're telling me is the conventional way has not really worked for them, huh?
Not at all.
Not at all. So he tries to grab him here, and they still get caught.
Now they face a second and long following the holding penalty. Mariota now. He's going to let it fly. And that's caught inside the 30. A gain of 32 that time.
You know I'm going to lean towards the defender, right? You know I'm going to do that.
I know.
That's a tough situation for him as I see it. But the truth of the matter is, that ball was not streaking towards him. Had a little arc on it. He's got to find a way to get his head around and make a play on the football.
Mariota on first down. And oh, look at that, a diving catch. Another big gainer that time. This one goes for 19 yards. The Titans going to use the first of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 seconds to go in the game. Two big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit them, but now they got to get ready. It's first and goal. From the shotgun, it's Mariota. Flushed out right. Got a man, and it's taken in for a Titans touchdown. Michael Gallup, his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Titans are able to cut into that deficit.
And yeah, that touchdown counts for their team, but I think it counts more for the fantasy guys, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's just something maybe positive to look at on film, but this one's over, let's be honest.
Yeah, I agree with you totally on that one.
They'll throw again. Mariota. And that's incomplete. And this one incomplete. So they went for the two. They don't get it. Now here's Suckup out to kick it away. J.J. Nelson now to return. And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. The Broncos offense now gets ready to head back onto the field. Now, the previous drive they punted, but that was just the first time they've had to do so in this game.
And when they turn on the game film, the coaches will rant about this, right? They'll say, oh, God, we got to move the ball, guys. We can't punt the ball away. But they have to keep smiles off their faces because that's the first time in the game they've had to do so. They've moved it quite well. They'll overall be happy with what they've seen.
And not a whole lot doing there as he'll get it up to about the 28-yard line. Tackle made by Kenny Vaccaro.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
So 2nd and 9, and you'd have to figure just about all 11 probably crashing the line here. Back to the ground, this time with Freeman. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that's going to make it 3rd down and 10. A lot of scoring. There's no doubt about that in this one, Charles. Points, they were not at a premium. They were pretty easy to come by.
They were, but it was fun, wasn't it? Because both teams finding ways to click. And you know people who love this game, they also love baseball games that are 14-11 with 3 or 4 home runs mixed in.
So for the Broncos, it's an important win for their playoff hopes as they hit the 10-win mark now at 10-5. And they'll get to stay home again next week. Meanwhile, for the Titans, it's another loss as they now fall to 4-11. And they'll be back home next week as they're set to take on the Cincinnati Bengals. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Alongside Charles Davis, we thank our entire crew. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This is the NFL on EA Sports.